friends, welcome back to Mindful Moments. Today's Mindful Moment focuses on stress, specifically that stress is natural. Yes, it is. It's a natural part of our life. It's a natural part of how we move around the world, and it'll be with us forever. So it's a really good idea to learn some techniques to manage stress, to live with stress, and to overcome stress. We will practice mindfulness today as one of these techniques as a way to understand that stress, like I said, is part of our daily life, and we can apply it at any moment, at any time. My name is Mariana, and I'm thrilled to be part of the Mindful Moments series. I offer all of my segments in English and in Spanish, so if you're interested in Stress is Natural in Spanish, you can find it in the Mindful Moments directory as well. Great, so let's get started. What you will need is either a pencil or a pen, and I will be reading a poem to you. So if you have a copy, you may already have a copy of the poem. It's called The Trough by Judy Brown. If not, no problem, because I will read it, and you can read along with me from the screen. This segment, today's segment, Stress is Natural, is part of an ongoing series of segments around stress. In the previous segment, you explored stress and breathing techniques to reduce the impact of stress in our bodies. Today, we will see how we can use and apply tools to manage stress and move through life with stress as a natural part of it, like I said. But with more mindful awareness of what stress feels like for us and how we can overcome it. Okay, so in a comfortable seated position, let's start with just a little bit of stretching. So extend, straighten your back. Good, relaxing the shoulders. Extend your arms out, palms facing down, fingers extended. Good, and just stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Inhale, palms together. Exhale, open up the arms. Inhale, bring the palms back together. Exhale, relax. Good. If you've been using the computer like I have all day or typing, this is a good way to just kind of stretch the arms and let them release some tension. Good. Okay, so we are going to now move on to 3 really deep breaths. We're going to inhale deeply, we're going to hold our breath, and then we're going to breathe out through the nose, nice, long, deep breaths. So inhale. Hold, and exhale, breathing out through the mouth, blowing the air out, nice and long and deep. Good. Number 2, inhale, hold, and breathe out. 3rd one, inhale, hold, and breathing out. Good, good. Starting these segments or these activities with breathing techniques really help us to focus, reduce stress and tension, and bring more oxygen to our brain, which is always a really good way to get more energized and become a little bit more focused on whatever is at hand. So there's a writing reflection activity that is associated with this segment. If you have access to this, and it's a reflection writing on worry and stress, if you have access to it, you can pause and write for a few minutes what the prompt is in the writing reflection. If you don't have access, that is fine. That is no problem at all. We can continue together. But go ahead and pause if you do, and then return when you're ready. We have a treat today because today's segment on Stress is Natural includes a poem, as I mentioned earlier. And so I will be reading this poem, and you're invited to read alongside with me. You will be reading on the screen. The words will appear, the words of the poem will appear on the screen, and I'll be reading it out loud as well. So just relax, really follow the message in the poem, and then we'll work a little bit with that poem afterwards. The Trough by Judy Brown. There is a trough in waves, a low spot where horizon disappears, and only sky and water are our company. And there we lose our way, unless we rest, knowing the wave will bring us to its crest again. There we may drown, if we let fear hold us within its grip and shake us side to side and leave us flailing, torn, disoriented. But if we rest there in the trough, are silent, being with the low part of the wave, keeping our energy and noticing the shape of things, the flow, then time alone will bring us to another place where we can see horizon, see the land again, regain our sense of where we are and where we need to swim. The Trough by Judy Brown. The trough, if you don't know, is the shallow lower part of a wave, of an ocean wave. So you visualize, think about an ocean wave, and it comes and goes, right? In a flow. So think about that lower part, that most shallow part of the wave. So what does the poem express? This is a reflection. This is for all of us to think about. What does the poem express about stress? Perhaps about worry? About the temporary moments of stress? And reminding us that nothing is permanent, including a stressful situation or a stressful thought. Different moments, different times in our lives, stress will come and go, like that wave, like an ocean wave. And this poem helps us to remember that, like I said, not only is nothing permanent, but it will surely change. And so when we catch ourselves worrying, thinking this is always going to be the situation, this is going to be, this is permanent, reminding ourselves very softly, very gently, like a wave, right? Reminding ourselves that like a wave, it'll flatten, it'll move, it'll pass. And what do? We stay there for just a moment, and then we move along with it because we know that it will move. So I hope that the poem is helpful in thinking about not just that stress is natural, but that it changes, it's permanent, comes and goes. And so we develop tools to learn to live with it and to move with it. One of the tools is affirmation. And we've done affirmations before in these mindful moments segments. So this affirmation focuses on stress. Stress is natural and temporary. I am able to ease my mind. Stress is natural and temporary. I am able to ease my mind. You repeat it 3 times. So we'll say it one more time together. Stress is natural and temporary. I am able to ease my mind. Affirmation is a tool for navigating stress, but also just knowing that we can shift our perspective about a stressful thought or a stressful situation. in both first knowing, okay, this is natural, this is part of life, and two, it will pass like a wave. It will pass. Wonderful. So let's close with a couple deep breaths. Really starting at the belly, some deep belly breaths. We're going to inhale, and we're going to actually blow out through the nose. One more inhale, and blow out through the nose. Good. Bringing our hands together on our lap. I like to put my dominant hand on top of my less dominant hand. I do everything with my right hand, and so I like to rest it on my left hand for just a few moments. Good. And as I breathe out, I always breathe out in gratitude for all of you participating in these segments with me, for MCPS and the Mindful Moments team that always works so hard to make these possible. Thank you very much, and see you next time.